Another thing I found while doing research is that the first gig she did was in the dark because she didn't want to be seen by the audience. Is that true?
Um, well, it's true to an extent. I would say it's more true that that in those early days you have no control over lighting, you know, and it's usually a house guy or a guy who works there on the weekend or something, and can be really awful and really distracting. So for me, it was more just about being distracted by really bright white lights than being seen, you know. But those white lights are horrible. Of course now, the lights are just where we like them. It's comfortable and beautiful, and yeah.
Do you like playing live?
I do. Yeah, I do. It's it's sort of the payoff, you know.
Why?
Well, because the communication between yourself and the audience, it can be really powerful, really beautiful, and you realize how lucky you are to be able to communicate in this language.
Another thing I found while doing research is that you used to work in a shoe factory, and then I was looking into the shoe factory itself, and it turned out that they were, amongst others, producing Timberland boots. So somebody is wearing the Timberland boots you made?
Well, not that I made, but that I put on a truck or in a box or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's weird how your life evolved? I mean, of course you took it in your own hands, but still, I mean, it's sort of an American dream.
It has. It's been a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a real trip. But it's been a good one.
Another thing I was thinking about that. You know how it is to live with very little money, and now probably you earn a lot of money. What does money mean to you?
Well, I suppose probably like most people, it's just you feel a little more secure when you know that you can pay the bills, and if your car breaks down, you can fix it. You can get groceries, you can, pay the heating bills and all that stuff. It's just, security.
Comforting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, there's a limit to having money to pay the bills or to be a millionaire.
Yeah, well, I'm not a millionaire yet, but
if you continue this way, you'll probably be.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Do you care about that at all? Do you think about it at all?
No, I'm always, I'm concerned about, about my career like anybody would be. You want it to go well, and you want to prepare for the future, and, there may come a day when I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something else, and it'd be nice to be in a position to be able to do that smoothly.
Why would you stop this, actually?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think it would be great to be able to just keep doing it, into my 60s. But then there are other times when I think it just, realistically, there may come a point when it's just not viable anymore, And music is, it's a tricky business.
Really?
You never know if it's going to be something that's lasting or not. That's I hope so, and sometimes I believe it will be, but sometimes there's always that fear that you'll wake up one morning and no one will want to come to the shows anymore. No one will want to come see you. Your audience will move on to something else, and
But is it important? Is it really important? Because I mean, don't you write music for yourself? Do you want?
Well, yes, but it's it's practical. I mean, it has become a career. It's become my everything in my life. So I think about it as there's many different levels. There's an artistic level, and then there's a spiritual level, and there's just a practical level. This is my career. And I've dedicated myself to it, and so And I'm not a kid, you know. I'm not a kid anymore, so I'm thinking about the future, you know.
But I think a lot of outsiders will think you're minted. This guy's minted.
Well,
You don't think about it that
I
way.
don't feel that way, no.
No, why not?
I just don't. I think I'm too practical.
You value other stuff.
I don't know. I think I'm just too practical to, you know, to bank on anything.
All your lyrics are really personal. Do you write about things that concern you or that happen to you, or is it also part fiction?
Oh, it's certainly not. They're not all connected to me. Songs have a way of just revealing themselves, you know. I never sit down with the intention to write about anything. I just hear a melody and follow it, you know, and the lyrics just kind of make themselves apparent.
Really atmospheric lyrics, I might add.
I suppose, yeah.
Gossip in the Grain. Why Gossip in the Grain?
I have no idea.
It doesn't stand for anything?
It just you know, like I said, I sat down with the melody and the song just happened, and that lyric sort of jumped out at me, and I really just thought it had a nice ring to it.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree. Hey, another song, I Still Care For You. We were playing your record for a week consecutively. Somebody walked into the office. I was like, hey, I don't have this Radiohead song. And they thought it was Radiohead. What do you think of that?
Well, I'm not familiar with Radiohead's music. I mean, I couldn't. I've only heard of just a few things. I'm not really schooled in their music.
Well, what do you think of the songs that you heard?
Well, one of them was completely over my head, but the other, I really liked it. I liked the melody.
What sort of music do you listen to yourself, actually?
I listen to everything, from you know, early country music, and the blues, up to you know, Miles Davis, and to Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Bob Dylan, everything.
There's this story that you decided to start your music career because you heard a Still song on the radio. Is that true?
Listen, again, it's one of those things. It's not exactly true.
What it was.
Right. It did open the door to music for me, though. That was the first time I really, you know, that album is not the greatest album in the world, but you know, there are Stephen Stills records that are completely mind-blowing. You know, the Manassas record, the first Manassas record being one of them. It's a mind-blowing record, and it holds up perfectly. You know, it's amazing.
So what made you want to make music?
Well, music. I mean, that, you know, once I started going to the record shop and digging around, and I started to write songs. I didn't really think about it as a career. I just did it, you know, for myself. But when the opportunity came around to pursue it, I did.
Were you surprised by the success, actually?
Very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
You never thought, well, these songs are great because...
No. I thought I really had very low expectations of it. I thought if there was some way that I could, you know, I figured I'd give it a couple of years and see what happened. Really.
Well, I hope you give it another couple of years because looking out to hear lots more music that you make.
Oh, thank you.
You'll be playing in Holland, 2 shows. They're all sold out. A lot of people want to see you still. Are you coming back?
Oh, certainly. Well, probably not festivals. I don't like playing festivals, but I don't have enough control over things. You know, there's no sound check. There's no. You have very little control. You're just kind of thrown up there, and I don't like that. I like to have control over things.
But you will be back.
But I will be back. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.